I never thought I'd make a video like this, but this needs to be talked about for everybody. What is the greatest video game for offline play? That means no internet required, no subscription required to play it or anything, no DLC, just base game, play it right now without internet or anything. What is the best game to play offline that is the closest possible thing to a multiplayer simulation? The answer is Call of Duty Ghosts. Okay, now obviously I'm not talking about with mods or anything because I have just Xbox. Okay, but here's the thing. Okay, this game never gets brought up, and it's starting to bother me because I look up games all the time. I want to get games that will last forever. And what I mean by that is when servers inevitably die for games on consoles, because I know on PC there's mods that let servers stay on longer. I get it. But on consoles, okay, I want to know that if I'm investing money in a game, I'm going to be able to still play the game in years from now, at least somewhat as familiar as the multiplayer is. Okay, obviously the multiplayer is always going to be the best part of every game, of course, but that'll die eventually. So I don't want to waste my money on a game that eventually I'm not going to be able to play because there's no online mode, and they didn't give us anything to do offline, or at least they didn't give us much. Okay, this game, Call of Duty Ghosts, is absolutely the top of the line. This is the #1 game ever for a multiplayer simulated experience. There is no game that even comes close, in my personal opinion. Okay, and I've played them all. I've played every game that has bots, computer players, AI players, auto players, whatever you want to call it, on consoles. Okay, I know on PC there's mods, I know. But on consoles, I've done them all. Okay, and I'm shocked that this game does not get brought up more often. Because of that, I can't believe I'm saying this, but I decided I'm gonna make a video about it. Okay, and I'm not saying this is my favorite video game of all time. That's not what I'm saying at all. I'm saying when you're in the mood to play multiplayer online, to have an intense team match, or regular death match, an intense search and destroy game, or whatever, but you might not have the best internet, the servers might be dead, you have some friends over, you want to play split screen and play it, but not jump them into online where you're just getting destroyed and camped on every 2 seconds by online players. This is the game. This is absolutely the game. And I'm amazed because, like I said, it ain't talked about. Nobody's talking about this game. This game doesn't get brought up. Okay? So I'm going to go over all the reasons why this is a must-own game for solo players or for people that want to play split screen, and you don't need to worry about internet. You don't have to have a subscription to play it and to enjoy its features at all. You don't need it. Okay? So #1 is split screen. Okay? And everything you can do split screen in this game. It's incredible. Okay, besides the campaign, but I'm not talking about the campaign. The campaign does not even matter. Okay? Every game mode you can do split screen, right? Automatically, that's huge because most games don't do that anymore. It's so rare to come across one that does. This game does do that. Major props. Okay. But the biggest factor by far is the AI. The AI is so good in Call of Duty Ghosts. I cannot believe this wasn't like the selling point of this game, because I looked up all the reasons this game was hated on, and believe me, I'm gonna get to every one of those points. But I've been playing this game for a year now. Yes, I'm very late, but I've been playing this game for a year now, and I absolutely love it. This has to be everyone's #1 pick, at least as of now in 2022. Okay, for console players. I know on PC you have mods, you can make any game turn into a whatever, but I can only go with console versions. So the AI is incredible. You have all these different options for how you want the AI to play and behave and stuff, so you can fit it to your style. You can make every AI player the veteran, which is the highest level of difficulty, and guess what? They play really, really good, really intense. They do drop shots. They do, really accurate sniping, and they take cover and they sprint when appropriate and stuff. You can do that and you will feel like you're playing online because they're really good. But unlike other Call of Duty games that I've played offline, recent ones, it's not like automatic. Okay, that's the difference. Okay, the last two Call of Duty games that came out that I played with the bots offline to test them is when you play on the hardest difficulty, it's clearly like an aimbot because they just zoom you because you see it in the replay, your kill cam when you die. They just zoom, they instantly see your head and shoot, and it's like, where's the fun in that? There's so the second you're spotted, you're just dead. Like what? And that's nothing to do with skill or anything. Oh, Adam just sucks. That's not what I'm saying. Okay, try it for yourself if you don't believe me. Whereas in this game, they were smart enough, they let the AI think for themselves, and they try as hard as they can, but it's not an automatic kill. It's not an automatic headshot every single time they see you when they have a medium or long-ranged weapon, like in the newer games. This game, they try to, and they will succeed most of the time, but it's not a guaranteed thing. Therefore, guess what? There's variables, and it feels like an actual game online, where it's not just you're automatically dead the second you're spotted when you're playing on veteran and stuff. So this superior in every fashion, okay? AI is incredible. I always say this about every game I play that has bots offline and stuff, and I say, can the bots do everything that the player can do besides the pause button automatically? Okay, I mean, obviously, I said automatically. In this game, the answer is yes, and that makes me very happy. Because there's a lot of games with bots. Okay, look these games up if you don't believe me, where you'll have bots. Sometimes you'll even have a lot of them. But guess what? For whatever reason, they can't sprint, or they just choose not to sprint. But you can sprint as the player. It's like, okay, so that didn't get programmed into them for some reason. Or maybe they can't use one of their weapons that you can use. And it's like, oh, okay, so the AI can't use grenades, but you can, or whatever. Those are just random examples. This game, none of that. Everything you can do, they do it. And it's phenomenal. I love it. Because then, here's the things that I notice, okay? They use grenades tactically. Not saying it's perfect. Sometimes their grenades miss, which is the point that I like, is it's not like an automatic. They're going to kill you with every grenade they throw, otherwise it wouldn't be fun. But they try to use it in a tactful manner, okay? Tactically. And they use all the other equipments, and they use their side weapons. And this is the thing that amazes me too. I already said they do the drop shot move, okay? And they take cover and they try and flank you and stuff. But here's something even more impressive. I haven't seen another game do this, and if I'm wrong, point it out. But if you're in the middle of a gunfight with an AI, when they are out of ammo and they need to reload, they don't reload. They will not take the time to reload because they know they're getting shot at. They will take out their sidearm and actually try and kill you with that first, before reloading. That blows my mind. I've never seen another game with that smart of AI in that sense anyway. It's so impressive. It's amazing, okay? Now, you play objective games, because I love all the game modes in Call of Duty games, right? So when you play objective game modes, they're very smart. What do you know? They're actually really smart. They don't just have set paths like some of the newer games. I noticed if you play Search and Destroy, the whole team will run up in one area to that base together, like single file line. So stupid. Or the other one. So it's like, oh wow, they have one of two set paths. It's stupid. Not in this game at all. In this game, they are seriously different and random every time. I'm amazed at how many times they do something different. And I'm like, well, okay, I've never seen them do that before, but here they go doing it. And they know how to maneuver around the maps. Like, that might sound something insignificant, but what I'm saying is, if you are in the top floor of a building sniping or something, and you look at the kill replay, they might not take the regular front entrance and stairs. They might jump up the window and, parkour their way up there to try and kill you and stuff. It's insane. The intelligence is so good in this game. And they use the rewards. They use the kill streaks, score streaks, whatever. They use them, all of them. And I've seen this with my own eyes. So it's not just my thought. Like, I've seen this happen. And that is also really cool. So you will see them use the sentry turrets, the dogs, the guard dogs. You'll see them use the helicopters. You'll see them use the radar and stuff. And I'm like, yes, this is what we need. This is what I've been looking for. I wish I knew about this game when it came out in 2013, because I gave up at Call of Duty at that point, to be honest. So they use all the equipment, okay? And this is computer players we're talking about. They use it. So therefore, guess what? It's like you're actually playing an online game. This is the closest thing you'll ever get, okay? And on top of all that, I just said, with the amazing, intelligent AI, on all difficulties, I might add, they do great stuff, but it's just the more harder you play on, then the more accurate they are, and the more it seems like an actual online game and stuff. But on top of all that, like I said before, split screen enabled, awesome. We need more of that in games anyways, so that's always going to be a bonus for me. You can have up to 17 bots. That's incredible. With this intelligent of AI, you can have 17 bots at one time. Amazing. Most of these new Call of Duty games, 11. 11. You get 5 with you and 6 against you if you're doing a team game. Stupid. So stupid. Just, it's ridiculous. This game nailed it in every fashion. Okay? So, I don't get why this game isn't higher on people's lists. Because I look up, like I said, when I buy a game, I be researching it. I want to know, is this game going to be fun in 10 years from now, in 20 years from now? Because the servers will die. As fun as the game is on multiplayer, it will die eventually. And then I'll be sad because I won't be able to play it. I'll just have the game and not be able to play it. So therefore, it's like useless. I want to know that I can still play these games later. This is a game that I can, right? So now I'm going to talk about just a few other things about the game, and then I'll address the criticisms that it received and why I think they're unfair and unwarranted. So, first of all, this game is the only game in the series that lets you lean to the side when you're zooming in with your gun. If you come on across a corner of any wall, barrier, crate, box, item, I guess I should just say, yes, so you can't do it when you're just holding still, walking, and whatever. But if you're going against a wall, you can lean to the side. And it's not like it's a stupid feature. I use it all the time, right? And you can do that. This is the only game that lets you do that. You can lean off to the sides and corners of objects or in walls themselves or doorways or whatever. And it's great. It's a useful feature that's really cool. I know in Modern Warfare 2019, you can do that like on top of things, stationary, and you can move like this too, which is cool. It's great. So props to them for that part of the game. But this is a great feature that I use all the time. This is the first game that lets you do the slide, where you sprint and press crouch, and then your character slides down. Lets you do that. Great. Awesome. And it's, again, you use this all the time. It's a commonly used thing. Okay. The customizations is over the top incredible in this game. And this is not including the DLC. Yes, I have the DLC, but not even including that. The customizable options are amazing here. You can choose if you want your guard dog to be a dog, which is a military German Shepherd dog, or if you want it to be a wolf. It's so cool. They don't make any difference. They're just cosmetic, but it's so cool you can choose, right? And that's not even really important, but it's just neat if you love animals like me. Anyways, the customization is awesome, okay? There is so many different score streak things you can choose from. There's so many different perks you can choose from. And this game, to me, has the best perk system out of every Call of Duty game there has ever been. Because it's not where, oh, for perk number 1, you choose between these. For perk number 2, you choose in this category. No. In this game, you just have this many points, and each perk costs a different amount of points, and you just choose whatever you want. You just have to have them that fit in that capacity. So, therefore, you have way more options to play the way you want to play it, which is so cool. They should have done this with every game. So, like, I don't see how anybody could complain about this, because if you prefer the old way, then look up what the old way was and then restrict yourself to play it that way. not the point. The point is this is way more open and free to pick the way you want to pick, okay? The guns in this game, they're all great, they're all unique, they're all different, they all feel good when you shoot them. You know, it still has the classic Call of Duty physics where bullets, depending on this caliber, size of it, it'll go through certain walls, depending on what type of wall, how much it'll do, how accurate it'll be, how much damage it'll be going through walls. All that stuff is great and implemented here just like every other Call of Duty game. So nothing new there, but still in this game, right? And now the gun customizations themselves, in this game I really love because you get 2 customizations for each gun, and it's not a perk. It's just for the gun itself, which is a great decision. I like that. And then some weapons, I think it's 1 or 2 in each gun category, has 1 automatically already equipped. That doesn't count towards your other 2 that you get to pick from yourself, optionally. So that's also really cool because then some of them you can potentially have 3, weapon upgrades on it. And then if you use the perk that lets you have an extra weapon upgrade attachment's the word. Weapon attachment. Then on some of these guns, potentially you can have 4. So it's so cool. Like that was smart because that gives you an incentive to maybe use this gun because, it comes with the silencer. Oh, it comes with the suppressor. Then I can use 2 other things on it or 3 other things on it, depending on what I pick, whatever. You get my point. The customization is so great, okay? These maps are awesome. There's no map that I can say I hate or that sucks or that's stupid. I like them. They're all very different. None of them remind me of each other or whatever. And they're all good. What is to complain about? The maps are great. And you try them in different game modes, and they did a great job of leveling out where the bases will be and how this goes and whatever. Okay? Now, here's the only other thing I can say, right? There's some things you definitely want to implement when you play this. For one, when you do search and destroy, this is if you're playing offline with the bots, okay? Change the timer to 1 minute. It's default 30 seconds. Change it to 1 minute. Because when some of the bots will be on the other base, and then the other base is the one that's armed with the bomb, they only get 30 seconds to try and get their way over there. And because they're trying to defend that base, they don't have enough time. So if that was a complaint, hypothetically, problem solved. Because I've been doing this for months now. You turn it to 1 minute, magically, guess what? Then it's fair. Then it's a fair game. You have to defend that bomb for a minute instead, but then you know it's going to be intense because you know you're actually going to be confronted. So it's great. So if that was a complaint, that problem is solved right there. No problem. Okay? And another complaint that I've read online about this game and that people were saying is you die too easily in this game. First of all, okay, do you think a few bullets would kill you in real life? Yes, I would imagine 1 bullet would kill most people. So 2 or 3 should kill you, but relevant. If that's really a problem, if you hate this game because of that, guess what? You can go into the settings. You can literally choose each player's health. Problem solved. So there's no reason to complain about that at all. That is a useless complaint because they give you so many customizable options that is not an adequate diss against this game because you can literally slide it. You have 100 health. Do you want it to be 125, 130, 200? Do you want it to be less than that? Do you want it to be 50 or 75 health? So there's no excuse. I don't want to hear that, you died too easily. Then fix it. You can fix it. The game lets you do that. And it also lets you save 10 game settings recipes. So if you like playing search and destroy a certain way, team deathmatch a certain way, drop zone a certain way, domination a certain way, headquarters a certain way, whatever. Not headquarters isn't one in this game, but whatever. All the game modes, okay? And every one of these you can play with the bots, by the way. You can save your own game settings for 10 of them. So you don't have to go in and set it up every time you play if that's something that would get on your nerves. No, you save it once, then you're good. You have it there to pick from. So that's not an excuse either. Okay? Then I see complaints about stuff that happened in the story mode. Well, let it go. We're not worried about the story mode. We're worried about the online simulated experience. in this game, that you can even do split screen, like I said, and stuff, with 17 very smart, very adept level thinking bots, okay, that actually strategize, that think for themselves. They are not set paths. They are not bland and whatever, and they're not perfect either, because if they were too perfect, then this game, just like a lot of the newer Call of Duty games on Veteran, it wouldn't be fun if they just aimbot kill you every single time. No, okay? The number of customizable options in each game mode is astounding. So if you're really picky, if you're a picky player, guess what? This game accommodates you. You can make it the way you want to make it. So there's no excuse for that. Okay, the only other thing I can think of what people didn't like is they said that some of their favorite classic guns are not in this game. That's fair. I'm not going to say that doesn't suck. For example, there's no AK-47, there's no M16, and there's no Desert Eagle, to name a few in this game. But here's the thing. If you look at the guns and you read them and stuff, it's not like they aren't, in the game spiritually, okay? This game has so many different guns and the stats. And when you do the right attachments, as you can see them when you attach them, you can get the stats the way you want them to. And if that wasn't enough, there is DLC that comes with 3 new guns, and they're all really fun to use. Okay, I'm not saying that's required to play this and have fun, but I'm just saying they're really cool, really sweet new guns that you can get. So I get that complaint, but that would bother me to think that would make this not a good game or not a worthwhile experience, if that's really the thing that's bothering you. Okay, every problem in this game that comes to mind is 100% fixable. Okay, so this is a game up to 17 bots. Play as you want. Really smart AI. They're not stupid. They are random in a good way. They do everything that you as a player can do. They can do also. They can activate this and set this and do this and throw this and whatever. Okay, they have team working capabilities, and man, it's just, like I said, it's so fun. And here's the other thing. Every single game mode is playable in here with the bots, and they do it really well. The only one little glitchy thing I've noticed is in drop zone, when you're taking over the base and you're waiting for the care package to drop. For some reason, they stand underneath the care package, and the care package kills them a few times every game. Yes, that is stupid, but it doesn't ruin the experience. They just spawn right away and they're back. So if they're really mad about that, oh well. Okay, that's not a big deal. Okay, this game doesn't hold back. Every game mode, like I said before, all the customizable options. And even more on that, you can have 6 player loadouts to completely customize and make yourself the whole look, up everything. You can pick exactly what your person looks like and exactly every piece of what they're wearing and colors and all that, and your guns and colors, perks and all that. Okay, you know that. But all of that for 6 of them. And the thing that the game doesn't necessarily tell you, but now you know this because I'm telling you, when you make your recipe for the game modes that you save, okay, you go to what's called custom default loadouts, and guess what? You can make 5 more loadouts that you can always pick. It's only for the human players. That wording might be confusing because you might think it means, oh, default as in everybody in the game must use those. No. The computers will still be randomly choosing whatever random loadouts that they pick. Everything from their perks to their kill streaks to their weapons and secondaries and everything. But once you go and make your own custom default loadouts in each individual game recipe, of course, but then guess what? That's 5 more. So you basically will have 11 custom classes to pick from in every game mode. So like I said, I don't get the complaints that this game gets. I don't. You have 11 classes. So if you're really picky, you have 11 different custom player classes to pick from that you can switch on the fly by pressing start, going to change loadout, going scroll down to to default loadouts, and then it's the 5 that you personally made. Do that, okay? So all of that is included, right? Then it gets even better. Do you want to make it a specific type of game, as in, do you want it to be team snipers only? Do you want to do something weird like rockets only, shotguns only, pistols only, or whatever? You can do that. You go in, you say what weapons are not allowed, that means for you and the computer players, what perks are not allowed, and then whatever. So like you can do things like everybody has a silencer. That's awesome. I love playing that. I customize it. Everybody has a silencer for every gun. That makes the game intense, right? There's umpteenth million choices that you can customly make and create for it, right? Okay, then another thing that's fun to do, you can do weird things I like to do where you do like this, do search and destroy, give you 2 more bot players on your team, so it's just you and 2 others, making your team a 3, but put them on veteran, go against like 10 or 11 people on the other team in search and destroy, put them on like recruit, the easiest difficulty, or whatever. Just mix it up. You can play how you want to play is what I'm trying to say, right? And that's the other thing I should have mentioned too. One of the difficulty options is mixed, so it randomly gives each computer player a different difficulty for that team that you put mixed, or you can do both. And so that makes it even more chaotic because you might have, it's so random, you might have 5 really good players and 3 really crappy ones or something, and then they might have 9 mediocre players. It's random is my point. So if you think this is going to be stale and it's going to get old, I'm here to tell you it isn't. This game has every base covered for a multiplayer simulated experience, right? And now the other thing that this game that lets you do, the only thing it's a little disappointing is that you can only do it with 6 on 6. In fact, it's automatically 6 on 6 for some reason. Whatever. But there's this thing called squads, okay? So when you're going into the squads game mode, there's only a few game modes available in it, but it has the best ones. So whatever. It's cool. And you can personally select what each individual player on your team, including yourself, obviously, but your other 5 computer players, exactly what they have, to the specific fine detail. So their perks, their guns, both their main and secondary, their kill streaks, their weapon attachments, their looks. You can, if you want your whole team to be all snipers and silencers, all shotguns and silencers, you want your whole team to have an SMG and a shotgun for your back, whatever. My point is, it's on you, right? The only thing that's a little lame is it's only 6 on 6 for some reason, but whatever, it's irrelevant. The point that you can play it that way, that specific, right? You can make 5 other computer players on your team exactly how you want them, and then pick the difficulties on each team, and then play a few, but the best game modes in the game. And so, like I said, I don't get it. It makes me sad that this game isn't being, put out there as clearly, by far, the best AI ever in a Call of Duty game, for sure. Hands down, no debating on it. Okay, like I said, the criticisms were about the campaign. I don't care. It's not relevant. We're not caring about that. Play the campaign once for curiosity, then done with it. Okay, and then like I said, okay, oh, I die too quick. You can fix that. There is options for every little problem you can think of. There is options to fix it. If you want to have double your base health, you can with the options. So I'm not hearing any of these excuses. At this point, it is just excuses. The scopes are really cool in this game. They're really fun. They're really creative. They're really scientific, futuristic and stuff. And the computers use them too. You can, when you're spectating, Because like Search and Destroy, I play that one the most, where everyone has one life. You see them use it, right? But yeah, it's amazing. So this game absolutely needs to be out there more for players that need to play this game, for players that play by themselves or want to play split screen with friends, and they might be sick of the online atmosphere where, for whatever reason, they might hate the trash talk. They might just feel like it's an unfair experience. They might experience lag where they live, where the internet's just not that good, or the people online are just way too good, because when you have a big game player base, sometimes you get stuck because you're the newer one and they're the ones that have no life, play this game all the time, 24/7, and they just kill you, destroy you, and ruin the experience, and then it's no longer even fun or even competitive. Okay? No internet required. You don't need to do some type of mod or anything. And like a trend I see with games nowadays, you don't even need some stupid subscription to even do it. No, you can be in the middle of the woods, play this game, split screen, and enjoy it. Great game, great experience. Yes, there's other games like this that I play, and I still love. But after all this time, and after seeing all the hate that this game surprisingly gets, no, I'm telling you right now, it ain't right. It is disproportionate to what this is. And here I go forgetting stuff. Another thing I like about this game too, there is a decent amount of destructible environments. It's like, I'm really shocked. In a Call of Duty game, that's not really common. You don't see that too much. In this game, there is a decent amount of destructible environments, and it's pretty cool. Like, I like it. I enjoy that because it adds a little bit of randomness to the experience. So every time you play it, you'll see something a little bit different, right? And you would anyway, because the AI is so different every time you play it. So, like I said, every customizable option. If you're the picky gamer, if you only want to play it your specific way, you can. This game helps you do that. It succeeds in doing that with you in mind. If you need this many computer players and you want them to be this good, this whatever, if you want everyone to use only these types of guns, or if you just hate this type of gun, you can kick that out of the game so it's not allowed. And if you want these specifically to be used and you want your health to actually be this or this or that, whatever, if you want to play Search and Destroy where there's multiple bombs, and you get my point. There is so many options for customizing in this game. It's remarkable. It's absolutely remarkable. And it's combined with the best bots AI I've ever seen. They're so good. And they're not good as in they're perfect, where they just automatically aim and kill you every single time they shoot. No, because that would be lame. But they try, is the point. And they do things that you see people online do. They do the drop shot thing. They have those reflex moments sometimes. And they use everything. They use kill streaks just like you. They use chopper gunners on their own. They use dogs on their own. They use the vulture, which is like the drone thing. They use it all. Okay? This game is absolutely underappreciated. And the hate it got, it's not worthy, right? It really is disproportionate. Okay? Call of Duty Ghosts, at least as of 2022, is 100% the number one game for solo players, for offline content, and for split screen. That is absolutely a must-have. This is, at current time, the greatest multiplayer simulated experience ever. Okay? Ever. There is a lot of games like this, even offline games like this, but it is not done at this level and with this much personal, specific, customizable choices that you can implement at your own whim. So I had to get this off my chest. I never thought I'd make a video like this, but when I see a game this good get so much unnecessary hate, Maybe playing it online was different. I don't know. I missed it. I missed out on it. But offline, it has it all for you, and it's in split screen. What more could you want?